It's your boy AJ back with another freaking video, and I am here again with another story time, you guys. Another school story time. It's time to talk about the chaotic mess of high school, and this is two story times in one because this happened quite often, but these are the two times I could think about, and if I remember another time, honey, I'll come back and talk about that other time. But girl, it is time to talk about the girls tried to bring the Miska Muskas to school. So without further ado, let's run the intro and get directly on into today's story times. So I was minding my business one morning, and one of my messy favorite teachers, girl, she comes to me and she asks me, have I heard what's going on Snapchat? Have I seen what's going on Snapchat? And I'm like, no, I haven't. Then at the time, my mama wasn't letting me, I think she had just got me a phone, and she wouldn't let me bring the phone to school, girl, so I didn't see nothing. No, Snapchat was non-existent during the school hours, so no, I ain't seen nothing on the Snapchat. I'm like, no, I haven't seen anything that's on Snapchat. And she's like, okay, and she kind of just walks away and leaves me on the edge of my desk, girl, just leaves me on the edge of my desk. I'm thinking like, what happened on Snapchat? Now it kind of rings in mind, it kind of like leaves my mind and I kind of forget about it, girl. But as the day proceeds on and the class ends, I go to lunch. Now I go to lunch and I see my homegirl and she's seated at the table, and I'm like, hey, what's up, what's good in the hood? I'm giving it. But I could clearly see that the energy of the whole cafeteria was shifted, but like I didn't know what was going on, girl. And when I see my homegirl and I'm giving it, and she's really like on a whole nother vibe, because usually she give it up with me, and I go get up to her and she's like, you know, hold on right a second, I'm on the phone with my mom talking about what happened on Snapchat. And I'm thinking, Snapchat, well girl, like what's going on Snapchat? I don't know what's going on. So I let her have the conversation with her mom, and I'm literally sitting on the edge of the lunch table, girl. I'm on the edge of everything. On the edge of the lunch table, just waiting to see what happened on Snapchat. So she wraps the conversation with her mom, and she ends up showing me this image that was craved into, wrote on, it was on the dang restroom wall, and it was talking about how it was gonna go down the next day at school. Now it was these pictures just going around. I can't remember what it said verbatim, but I know I'm gonna find me a screenshot of it and put it in, girl. But I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh my God, I won't be at school tomorrow. Like I'm looking at it like, oh my God, thank you Jesus for the PSA. I'm thinking like, thank you God for the PSA, because there's no way I'm coming in this school tomorrow.
All right, ladies, let's clean up.
Like there's no way I'm coming to this school tomorrow with that on the wall. See you never. Bye, see you never. It's giving see you never. Like realistically, see these people never. It's giving online for the rest of the year.
Bye, see you never.
I might come back next. I don't know, gotta think about it. So after I get that tea from my homegirl, I literally jump up from my lunch and run to my teacher's lunch to disturb hers. Like I literally run up to her, and I think she was I think she was leaving the teacher's lounge and coming into her, so I end up catching her in the hallway, and I follow her to the classroom, and she's like, what you want, Taylor? Like what you want? And I'm like, girl, you know what I want. So she finally get into the classroom, and I'm gossiping like, girl, why wouldn't you tell me? Like somebody said they coming with the Miska Maska tomorrow, somebody coming with the tool tomorrow. Like you could have told, like what is going on? And she's like, oh yeah, we don't know, people still, you know, doing investigation. It's for low right now. I'm like, it's not low right now. I can, like, everybody knows, like literally it's the talk of the town now. It is the talk of the town. It's not low right now, girl. You know, you should have, you was ready to gossip with me. You should have told me like what's tea. Like I am like, we're gossiping about it as if we don't have like death threats. But girl, we're gossiping, and I'm like, there's no way that I'm in here tomorrow. And she's like, I'm calling a sick day too, girl. But I'm like, I thought y'all said that this is not real. I thought y'all said that y'all figuring it out. I'm gagging. Now at this point, this message has hit Facebook, this message has hit Snapchat. It was already on Snapchat, but it's hitting everywhere, and it ends up getting on to the parents, and everybody's calling up to the school, everybody's calling to their child. And I'm thinking in my head, they said tomorrow, not today. So I can't remember what news outlet it ends up hitting. I can't remember if it was channel 3, 5, or 13, girl. The note ends up making it to one of the news segments, honey. And it had to be during the day. It had to be like during the day, because some of the parents didn't even know. So they were mad that like, how did they get up to some news before the parents even known, girl? Now the school administration ended up calling all of the parents, saying everything is good, everything has been checked. And I'm thinking in my head like, they're lying. It's all a lie. It's all a cap, because I wasn't checked. I wasn't checked. How's everything all good? Everything's been checked. I wasn't checked. I could have been who wrote it on the wall. I didn't get checked. I called my homegirl. She said she didn't get checked. What was being checked? I'm looking at the door, girl. I'm looking at the door. We walking freely through the halls. I don't see anybody looking through lockers. I don't see anything. Like, what's being checked? checked. What's being checked? But they called all the parents, said everything's good, everything's fine. We done a security walkthrough. It's all a lie. It's all a cap. It's all a lie. It was all a lie. Now, the next day ends up happening. My mama ended up putting my ass on that bus and sending me up to school. So when I got there, they end up having security checks. And girl, you won't believe who's at the door doing security checks. We go through like a little scanner or whatever. Oh, we go through a scanner. And then also they check our backpacks and stuff that we come into school with. But it's not even like police is there. It's not even security there. It's teachers. It literally was a culinary teacher and one of the personal finance teachers checking everybody's backpacks, patting people down. What type of security is my culinary teacher and financial teacher? Unacceptable! If my culinary teacher was to do security check that morning and find a blicky blicky, what could they do when that student grabs the blicky blicky? They're not, like, why wasn't there security up there checking backpacks? I do not know. Now let's fast forward to the second story. And when did this story take place? I can't remember when this story took place. I don't know if this was 9th grade year, but girl, I remember being goofed and gagged, and I was like, oh my god, this is so ghetto. Now I do remember this being homecoming week, and doing homecoming week every different day. You know, you wear something different, you do something, turn over. Now this was Friday, honey, and this was pep rally day because we had a game after school and we had a pep rally during school at the end of the day. Now pep rally days were my favorite days because girl, we was on pep rally schedule. Now pep rally schedule was created so we could get through all 7 of our classes and also have time at the end of the day to go to the pep rally. So instead of the classes being like, I don't know, like 45 minutes or an hour long, they would be shortened to be like 30 minutes or 35 minutes. They'd be shortened up, so about time the end of the day comes, we have a gap of time, we can go to the pep rally. Now these was my favorite days, girl. Now we rolling, girl. We going to this class, we going to that class. We rolling. Now we get to 3rd period and I'm in history class, and it was this white history teacher. He was such a sweet man. I'm in his class, honey, and they end up getting over the announcements and saying, you know, hey, this is a lockdown. No students are allowed in the hallways. No teachers are allowed in the hallways. And I'm thinking like, a lockdown? We can't be in the hallways. What's going on? Like literally, I'm sitting there gagged. Now this history teacher, he had the biggest mouth on him. He had the biggest mouth on him, okay? And he was confused. He didn't know what was going on. He didn't know why we was on lockdown. I didn't know. He was literally in the middle of teaching, girl. Literally standing in front of the Promethean board, teaching, giving his all when we went on lockdown. So as we went on lockdown, he's confused and he grabs his phone, and I guess he's like texting around. So he ends up finding out, and we didn't even have to really beg him for the information. He's like a 9th grader downstairs had some bullets, and I'm like, bullets to what? Maybe a Nerf gun, but not a real blicky blick. No. He said that we're on lockdown because they found bullets and now they're trying to retrieve the blicky blicky. They're searching the school trying to find the blicky blicky. And I'm sitting there flabbergasted because I'm like, this is the most ghettoest, outlandish, Memphis, not in the suburbs anymore bullcrap that could ever happen. I'm like, what is going on? So we end up being stuck in his class for like a whole hour and maybe 47, I'll say just 2 hours, girl. We end up being stuck in his class for 2 hours. Now on a normal day, if it wasn't even pep rally, I think we would be in his class maybe 49 minutes, honey, at the most on a normal day. Why did this man take the whole 2 hours to teach? We could have been dropping at any moment. Anybody could have set it off in the hallways, and this man is full blown. After he got the information of what happened, he's back in front of the Promethean board clicking through slides, and then also for him to have 2 hours worth of stuff to give us is crazy. I think we did a PowerPoint. He had like a video and then a question, look like 4 questions after. He had so much. Like, where did you pull this crap from? Like, how did you go from a normal 45-minute class to having to be stuck with us 2 hours and having 2 hours worth of stuff for us to do? It was totally unacceptable, because that could have been our last moments on earth and we're sitting here talking about what happened in the 70s. I don't care. Anyways, you guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this story time. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll definitely see y'all in a different video. And stick around to the end of the video. Stick around to the playlist. Click through the playlist. Go watch all my story times. If you know, can't get enough of me, go down to my description box, join my membership, and get the exclusive story times. But I'll see y'all in a different video. Bye.